and I was taking a screenshot for this episode, and I discovered I apparently have a hole in the bottom of my ship. Or is it just that it de-renders? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to Star Salvage. I'm 7foot Dust Bunny, and this abomination behind me is my little SV, which I have planted my HV on top of and managed to get it to dock. Now I'm hoping I can still take off. I can, which is going to be good because then I can carry the two around with me. Now I've been thinking, like, at the moment my little HV is becoming overloaded and I don't have a detector here. Now I could possibly turn one of these little wreckages into a base. It's not a terrible plan. It would actually work. It could be made into a base. It's very similar to the other one we found last episode. To which end, that one's already viable. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to take us over to that base, which is called Base Maybe, over here. And this is going to become our home for now. I might upgrade to something else later, but at least for now, it will be where we're going to call home. And I'll bring you back in when we get over to the base. And we have arrived at Home Sweet Home to be. It's not home yet, and there appears to be company where I have a distinct shortage of bullets, which I have not fixed yet. Thank you. However, my hope is, I haven't checked this, of course. My hope is this has a core, which it doesn't. That kind of sucks. Inevitably, this is going to need quite a bit of fixing up because it appears I can fall through the floor and not quite get stuck, but many of these blocks are going to need to be removed. I'd like to make it airtight. I'd probably like to expand it out a little. But I'm going to need to put a core on here, which is probably going to go round there somewhere, I reckon. What do you reckon? Salvage. So if I take that block out, take that out. Oh, thank you. We'll take the steel plate here. So what I'm probably going to do is, as there's already, that's a small O2 tank, so this hasn't got a fuel tank either, is I'll probably build this little side pod out and make this somewhere to put maybe a fuel tank and even a generator in time gone by. But I mean, ultimately I'm going to need a solar capacitor. Oh no, it does have a core. Look, it has a core right there. Faction. So I can't... No, I can't. Can I take it? Yes, I can. Now, I'm assuming it's not going to upset the locals if I stick a core in this. I couldn't press P on it, so I couldn't switch the core, which is what you can do in standard Empyrion. You can press P and you can turn the core into a private core from a public core. But as is, that was not an option. So I'm going to have to take all the general bits I need again. Carbon substrate being the main thing that I'm probably going to be short of, but that's also not too big an issue. To knock up a core. So yeah, I'm probably missing carbon substrate, but that's fine. I can go hit some rocks up. I've even got a handy dandy drill. So I'm going to do that and do a couple of modifications here just to get it to start off being a little bit livable. To make it into a small home base. It's going to be very modest to start with, but preferably airtight, and then I might end up building out more of this later to get some a few more, you know, what, amenities. I'm trying to think of what of a good word for it, but it'll come back to me. Anyway, I'll bring you back when I've done a bit of work. Okay, so I'll bring you back in briefly. I was going to put the core here, as I said, but I've decided against it. I'm actually going to put the core on this side, because this side faces the North Pole, I believe. So I'm figuring, if I don't know if there are Zirax drone attacks on this planet, but if there are, they're gonna probably come from this side. So I figure I'm gonna want the core over here. It just makes more sense to me to put the core over here. So I'm picking up my claim core, and I'm gonna put down my proper core, and that's gonna sit over here. And this base is now ours. Something else that dawned on me, which has just dawned on me that I meant to actually do before I put the claim core down, was something KnowItALLDM had mentioned to me. Oh, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Now I've completed basic training, and apparently there's specialty combat. Interesting. I didn't pick specialty combat, I picked specialty engineering. So I should be able to activate this mission now. There we go. As an engineer, your job is to equip, maintain and upgrade your ships and structures. In order to gain ranks in engineering, you must craft or salvage devices necessary to do your job. Regardless of how you obtain the devices, you must place the devices on an appropriate structure type in order to successfully gain your ranks. See, this is why it seemed like a good idea to do this. I didn't know this, but I thought if I'm going to do some building, I might want to. Your first task as an engineer will be to add power generation and construction capabilities to a base or capital vessel. Doing this will allow you to craft more devices for use on your structures and vessels. Place a power generator, either a generator or a solar capacitor, and a fuel source, either a fuel tank or a solar panel, on a base or capital vessel. Then place a small constructor. Finally, use a small constructor to craft a large constructor, which can be used to craft all manner of advanced devices. Let's get to it. So as it worked out, that worked out pretty tidy, because I need to put down a solar capacitor. I am glad I remembered that right at the moment. It's actually going to be useful. Now, the only other thing I was tempted to do is have a Wi-Fi or something in there. So I'm going to put that there. I might make a Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi was a thing. I'm not sure if it's available in the basic constructor. Apparently not. I did unlock it. It is in the tech tree. I did find it, and I also spotted this in the tech tree. Look, small med kit. I am very unlocking this. This might be useful. Light armor. I don't know how much better than my other armor that is at the moment. Proper solar panels, but no, I need a large constructor for that. Small solar panel, I need a small constructor. So I'm gonna have to craft at least a small solar panel, which I can't make because I need glass plate, but that's alright because I've got glass around here somewhere. I think, yes. So all this scrap that I've picked up already is gonna come in handy. And if I haven't got it, I'm gonna have to start going out and getting it. Optical fiber. Still never enough optical fiber. That, on the other hand, I'm not sure I have any left of. No. Oh no, 3. 3 optical fiber. Sweet. Okay. So, additional solar power. And I'm going to need to make a small constructor. That, on the other hand, is going to be slightly more tricky. And the other question is, where am I going to put the small constructor? I was thinking to get rid of this wall. Because in all honesty, what use is it to me? You know, it's a room divider, granted, but this thing is going to have to be fairly seriously remodeled anyway. But I guess for the minute, I'll have to plonk the small constructor around here somewhere. And it might live there, and then I'll think about removing the wall later. So, solar power. Any chance of a small constructor? You've got to be kidding, they say. Yes, I'm going to need some more optical fibre. That's fine, that's fine. That gives me something to go out on a mission for. I can also start thinking about, like, I should have put the core back there, shouldn't I? Where the core was in the first place. He says, aha, I'm thinking, brain has engaged. So, I still want the O2 tank, just for safety purposes, and I'm going to take that one. Now, oh, is that a damage block? Was that a damage block? That wasn't a damage block. Lies. Oh no, that was a cargo container. Idiot. Right. So, I want to put the O2 tank in there. Thank you. And the other thing I'm going to do is we grab this one, and to increase our cargo space, airtight false. Is there any that are airtight? Just out of interest. Airtight true. So that one is airtight. So if I put that one in there, it becomes an airtight floor container, which is obviously twice the size of the container that was there before, because eventually I want to make this whole thing airtight. It's not going to be airtight for a while, but nonetheless it will be eventually airtight. Now I could obviously get some fiber optics from there, and I could get some from there. There's a power switch. I think I am going to salvage this little motion detector and see if I get... let's salvage that. Nope. Damn you. Damn you. I was hoping to get the aforementioned optical fiber I needed, but clearly the world does not want to play that way. So let's do what someone else was mentioning in the comments, which I never do enough, is actually use my drone to put things in place. Now this looks like a large standard solar panel, which means it's slightly trickier to line up the small one, but yeah, it's gonna float, you see. And as much as the game allows it, I don't like, and I've just salvaged it like a fool. Serve. This is going to be a mistake I make many times. I need like one weapon that does salvage and one that does retrieve, because this is something I'm going to screw up a lot. So that tells me I need to get optical fiber glass. Can I make another solar panel? I can. Let's grab that solar panel for now. I'm not going to be able to make the small constructor, but it counted as placing power generation, which is strange. So north, you generally want to place solar panels going east-west, so it should really go on like this side somewhere, so as it catches the sun on either way. So we can do that. Let's try that again. And oh, not quite what I meant. There we go. Now I realise that once again it's going to be floating. But what I'll do is I'll build some blocks out to make it look like it's not floating later. Then I won't feel quite so bad about it floating. But that is going to be home sweet home. Now, questions. There will be a base attack. Zerax Empire, next attack. No ... Rados drone base, so there is a drone base. Base size is very small. Yes. So you need to undock and get off. Another thing I'm going to need is a fridge in the near future, because my only fridge at the moment is on this little hover vessel. It has all my food, all my life and everything on it. No, I want the cooked bug meat. I need to make up some food as well, just to sort of get me up. So I'm healing up, and then I'm going to take the little SV out for a little scooter boot. Okay, so I've done a few preparations. The base is now powered off but charging. We have a whole 13 minutes of power stored. Woohoo! I've emptied out this little HV. I'm gonna need some more storage on here, which I could probably steal from here, but I figure I'm gonna be able to steal other storage. The one thing I haven't thought through is just getting rid of this stone, because I'm gonna want to take the portable constructor with me. And also I want to go back for the other portable constructor I left a long way behind me quite some time ago, back at the original HV I was thinking of taking. Now, the other thing I've realized I don't have on here is a detector, so I'm going to have to salvage one of those fairly readily. So I got my salvage core on me. I have repaired the cockpit, as that seemed like a good idea, and I realized that I was using the basic salvage tool when I actually have a salvage tool. Now I'm assuming this salvage tool is slightly better and I get better salvage, so I assume that's the case. There's some reclaimed oxygen bottles, which I'm gonna hopefully stick a couple of in the oxygen supply here, because we might take a little nip up to space to try and just get an overview of the planet, because we can then get this like fog slightly cleared, so it'll tell us a bit more about the landscape. Would be interesting just to take a nip up there and see what's going on, see if we find anything interesting. And without further ado, that's what we're gonna do. There is a fridge on this, so I brought my food with me. Now, of course, the first thing that springs to mind is that I don't actually have a detector on here. So at the moment I'm going to have to go by waypoints. So for example, that small junk vessel is where I want to go. So I'm going to head out over there and see if I can find anything worth taking. Okay, so this actually looks like an exact clone of this ship, but it's missing its grav drive. Which means I don't think there's anything in either of those. So I could take a couple of thrusters if I need them. That one's actually got a couple of rear thrusters, which this one doesn't have. We are quite close to CPU. I could always add a couple of rear thrusters, I guess. Let's slap the claim core on a second, and maybe we'll give that a go. Hopefully it won't hurt my... That's something odd that's going on. As I said before, you should really name this. So this will be the SDB. The other one was the bumpkin. So, I don't know. We'll just call it the SDB Scouter. So, I can't think of a good name off the top of my head. If you've got a good name, let me know. And I'll grab that. Oh, need to reload. And I'll retrieve these 2 thrusters. And I'll put one on either side here. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. We might need to leave, actually, because I don't have any bullets still. What is shooting me? I can't afford to get 2 shot up here. Yeah. Time to go. Time to bug out. So yeah, that was not as successful as one might have hoped. Now, okay, so the only other SVs I know about at the moment are over here. So I guess I'm going to be going back over to those and checking those out. I don't want to pillage that one because that's one I want to recover. So I'm going to just mark that up as waypoint show on HUD, and I'll go for that one, which is 6 kilometers away, which is a good time to nip to space and have a quick look at what's out in orbit. But I definitely do not want to risk getting shot up at the moment. I have no ammo. I haven't actually built my ammo back up yet. And come on, space, here we come. Come on. Woohoo! Orbit. So, obviously, without a detector, I'm not actually expecting to see a lot. I'll be honest, there's not going to be a lot to see without a detector. I'm assuming there's HVs and other vessels just floating out here. I'm assuming there's also bad guys, like drones and stuff like that up here. But without any sort of detector on board, it's nigh impossible to work out what's going on until it's right upon you, which is why I'm staying fairly close to the atmosphere, because that way I can come back in and escape the drone as soon as it comes after me. Because the other thing to bear in mind is this ship does not have a lot of rear end protection, or protection of any kind. Alright, what you got? So we need to work out, see if any of these vessels, I mean, again, this one's got an O2 thing, it's got a cockpit, it's got a wireless connection. Sweet. Okay, we're having that. Yoink. We'll be taking that Wi-Fi connector for sure, and I can actually stick those 2 thrusters on here now. So we'll stick the 2 thrusters on. I'm actually gonna step these back a block, and we'll worry about reshaping the end later. I don't know, will I or won't I? Because I was gonna put some carry capacity in here. So yeah, I think I will. I'm gonna stick these 2 back a block. This will let me travel a bit faster in any one direction, or in the forward direction at least. And yes, make sure I'm on retrieve. Don't want to screw that up. Those I'm just gonna take because that might actually no. Okay. I was hoping this would give me some fiber optics. No? Really? No fiber optics for me? What if I take the cockpit? Yeah. Does the world hate me here or what? Plenty of engines on this. Another O2 tank or 2. We could take some of that O2 if we can. Let's see, can I take any O2 off it? 1. Okay. I'll probably actually recover that tank. Tons of engines. Not going to worry about the engines for now. Landing gear. Cool. But again, nothing that I'm going to stress about right now. Is there an RCS on this thing? There is. I'm going to take that RCS off. Come off, Mr. RCS. You are not needed. Hang on, are you another cargo block? You are. There's other cargo blocks on this thing. I hadn't realised that. How many cargo blocks are there? There's concrete. There's a fridge. There's a small ammo box. There's a couple of iron ingots. Oh, who knew? Well, okay then. Okay, there's a cargo blocks above and below. I see what's going on there. And what about here? I mean, this is the thing. You end up wanting to rip this thing apart just to find out what's in everywhere. Because I was going to put a cargo here and here. I was probably going to strip out down along here somewhere and stick another couple of cargoes in. Just as really somewhere for the cargo to go and be out the way. But what I really need's a detector. That has not come yet. So I want to put an O2 tank somewhere. The O2 tank can go there for now. It's just a small additional O2 tank. We'll repair the cockpit back up and we'll fly off again. So we've been to this little, this little junk vessel, and you'll see, because we've been up in space, all this has opened up view-wise. So now there's another one just over here. Oh look, it's another one of these. It has a grav thrust drive. Can I take that? That wouldn't seem like a terrible idea, would it? To actually take the gravity drive. Anyway, laser pistol cells, I'll take them. Bridge, nothing, okay. Ah, no! Not again. Always a ripper dog on your butt. Okay, hang on. Whoa, I have 3 rounds. Please, sir, don't kill me. I have 3 rounds, then we're down to, like, survival tool. Okay, I really need to sort that out. I've just realised how desperate the situation is that I sort that out. Because something else is going to attack me in a minute and I'm looking at the wrong ship. Ooh, titanium rods. I definitely missed that last time. That's useless. Wood, fair enough, whatever. Don't have a detector on board though. You have the gravity drive, which I will take. 5, isn't it? Yeah, gravity drive. I'm taking the I'm taking the gravity drive. How many? Oh, that's a wireless connection. Gravity drive. How many CPU does it require? 350 CPU. My question is, if I put 2 on that one, does it go faster? I mean, can I put 2? No, I can only put 1. There you go. So that answers that question loud and clear. I can only put 1. But it's good to have one, a backup one, because I can't make them. Okay, so I'm going to have to fly around and try and find a detector. That's going to be the goal. Because hang on, before we fly away. I picked up my portable constructor, right? I'm sure I did. Here we go again with the portable constructor bull crap. I thought I picked it up. I might have to go back for my portable constructor because I was going to see if I could make one. Because it suddenly dawned on me that I might be able to make one. Because I think... No? Is there any detectors on the list? No. Basic survival? Not really. Salvaging, that's not going to have detector on there, I don't think. Okay, So I'll hunt around, I'll go back, and like a fool I've left my constructor behind, it seems. So I'll check out these en route and see if we can get a detector. Okay, so not a detector. I'm just slapping the Wi-Fi on my little scout ship. Not a detector, but this ship does have some other useful items on it to be salvaged. And therefore I want to at least be able to try and hook into it to take some of the salvage I can. Because it's got a wireless connection. It's got some extension blocks and it's got a salvage tool, but it's got an it's an ammo repository. It's got an armor locker too. I didn't realize it had. But it's basically got some extension blocks, ammo repository, that kind of thing. Now the ammo repository was not my ideal block to pick up there, but I really wanted to pick up like a cargo one, but it's not the end of the world. I can use the ammo repository for the same purposes, and I probably will, he says, unless I find anything on this one like an actual cargo storage, but I don't think it's got it because cargo's not in the list. It's got a spotlight, it's got a thruster, it's got a Gatling gun, blah blah blah. It's not got anything I actually want, like a detector. That's actually gonna be a real problem if I can't manage to lay my hands on a detector in any reasonable way, shape or form. Okay, so let's put that there. Let's get out the ammo box, because that'll just have to do for now. And then I'll pick up the claim core, we'll put that one down, we'll put down the ammo box. The ammo box is going to go here. And I'm just going to build out either way for now. So one out either side here, so on and so forth. And we'll go back. Yeah, I should be doing this with the drone. Make my life easier. So the reason I've done it like this way, even though it's kind of making my life hard at this point, is because I want to keep the balance relatively even. And that will do that. And that actually gives me a bit more carry capacity in one whole block. And I mean, this actually is an extension block as well. So if I go to the ammo repository, at least I'm hoping this is like normal Empyrion and I can put other things other than ammo in there. Yes, I can. And there's many extension blocks here. And I have taken my claim core off, and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, so all of this is repository blocks, which is great. That means I've got a whole bunch of them. And this one. Yep, all of this is repository blocks. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So, do I really want the cockpit? Probably not. I'll take the light. There we go, we'll just go through there. Is that a repository block? Yep. And there we go. And that should allow me, yep, to build that out significantly now. You see, you can build this. Now, I might as well take this ammo box. Okay, so I can't do that. Okay, because I'm using the wrong tool. I might well take this ammo box out. Yep, because I might as well at this point. And then I can just replace the block with that. Put one of those in. Put one of those in. I know it doesn't look very good. I know it's not pretty. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be rough and horrible. Now, that is actually where I'm going to hide the O2 tank. So what I'll end up doing is putting a block above there. You're too hot, because I'm stood on the thruster. Well, as is, I'm going to get out anyway. I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to go and see if I can get a detector. That's what we went out for. Okay, so I've had to come back to the SV that I ultimately want to salvage in the long term. And this is something that will be getting salvaged and moved back to base when I've decided quite how I'm going to do it. Because it's already got a wireless connector, and it's already got an ammo repository, which is really quite large, with some ammo in it. It's got a storage repository, it's got fridges, it's got everything. It's also got a detector. So I'm going to slap that claim core down. Yep, and we're going to get that detector and we're going to borrow it for a while. Doesn't matter, we'll give it back when we need to, but I need that small vessel detector. Sir, give us thy detector. There we go. Detector installed. Ping! Right. Now we're talking. Now I'm going to check out space, because I want to see if there is anything up there. Okay, so in space, what do we got? Polaris, 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 something. A moon, a resource, something, and a cluster F of somethings. So the resource was Maggie, but by looks of it. You may ask, how do I know that? Or how do I know that? The reason I know that is because the following. It says asteroids, magnesium. There is one resource up here, it's Maggie. There you go. Easy to tell. Now, is it me, or does it look like there's something red in amongst all of this? Which worries me. I'm thinking, is it a trap? You know, I've got Admiral Akbar in my ear screaming, it's a trap! Right, we'll find out when we get closer. Okay, there's definitely a red something there. In fact, several red somethings there. Which may or may not be drones, but this is like a holy crap. This is like a debris field. I'm a little bit worried by all the somethings. Junkyard vessel, destroyed vessel, junkyard vessel, junk vessel, junk vessel, junk vessel. Yeah, there's something there, there's something there. I'm moving away. There's definitely something shooting at me that I need to sort of take out. So what was the thing shooting at me? Can I see it? Junkyard defense. So there is like a space junkyard. This is owned by Zurax, so there is a junkyard defense there. Some guns, but Look at all these vessels. Oh, I bet there's some goodies there worth having. Right. Let's check out a couple of other things while we're up here. We're not going to check out that one. Oh no, are we going to check out? No, that one's not moving. So that is a resource. That 12 clicks away is something else. I'm going to find out what the something else is. And then I'm going to go back and continue exploring the planet, because we now know there's a junkyard up here. We know it has defenses, which we'll have to overcome. We know that's not going to be possible in my current situation. I'm going to get blown up. So we know I have to do more. Okay, so we're approaching this. It is a derelict trading station. I think we might be replacing our base. Look at this thing. I mean, this thing is mental. A whole freaking trading station here. I don't like the fact it's got that sound. Okay, O2 stations are top notch. Is this place cored? It is cored, so I can't core it straight away. The problem is, I get the impression there are legacy in here. I'm hearing that sound as if it's got... Oh god, what just happened? As if there's legacy in here. Bullets. Minigun. Nice. If only I had the rounds for it. Energy pills. And out the other side, yep. Okay, up to the next level. I am cold, yes, because of course I don't have an EVA boost, which might be a problem. I might have to get back in my ship very shortly. Take the water, that'll come in handy. Take the nutrient solution, that'll come in handy. Take the fuel, that'll come in handy. And I have to leave. It sucks. There is lots up here to have. Okay. Okay, I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble. Where's the way back out? Where's the way back out? Where's my ship? Where's my ship? Where's my ship? Freezing to death. Freezing to death. And did I turn on the oxygen? I am still freezing to death. Ow, ow, ow. At least I'm warming up. Ish. Maybe. Sort of. Okay. There is a derelict trading station out there though. That's got some serious goodies. There's I thought I saw another one around somewhere. There may be some more interesting stuff on the moon to check out. But for now, I think we're heading back to base. We're gonna take stock. Rearm our weapons, because I haven't got any bullets left. And just get ourselves prepared and see if we can find a few bits to make that constructor. But for now, I'm going to have to say thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe as always, and join us again next time. Thanks a lot.